Nice.
What?
I was trying to remember if Barbarian gets that at level 2 or not, and they do.
What?
What was it? Danger sense?
Oh, yeah.
Not in this
those-
world, they don't.
They get those uncanny senses or whatever.
Not in this world.
God, I'm just glad I'm not playing a Barbarian in Ravenloft. That campaign setting is brutal for Barbarians, Paladins, and Wizards. Those 3 people get fucked in the Ravenloft setting.
Why?
Barbarians can no longer control their rage. Paladins, the entire world is against them, and their mere presence is an affront to the gods. And Wizards, because they're just slowly going crazy. That in Druids, but mainly because of a game mechanic, High Wisdom works against you in Ravenloft. Because anytime you're making a horror save, you're trying to basically tell yourself it's not real, it's just in my head. But characters with High Wisdom are like, nope, I know my senses, that's real. So, Druids to a lesser extent also get fucked over.
Get fed.
We can bet on the dino races.
Yeah.
Dinos! Bet everything on number 2.
5 gold. The T-Rex.
The T-Rex enters and starts eating the other contestant.
Then he walks over the finish line.
A bloody victory!
Just figured out why my dog was sucking up.
Because he got on the
Just got
counter.
into the trash again.
Poor
That
Groot.
motherfucker.
Poor Groot. Well, now that everybody's in, we can start.
Almost. Just a second. I'm about to sit down. I just need to grab a beverage.
Okay. I'll start the recap. So,
Previously
on Skin Flute Symphony. So we started this brand new campaign in the Ashmite Collective. Each of you being chosen either through your tribe or from special circumstances or a sponsor. You all were selected to be a part of the Jagtars, basically a young group of warriors grouped together to test the might and the skills of the races of the Ashmite Collective. During the first test, you were instructed to hunt down and be the first group to get to the heart of the jungle. The winner of that group would be able to choose which side they're going to start on the next test, and they get an hour head start. You guys fought some crazy panthers, and successfully killed a few of them, and then saw some large velociraptors eating the remains that you guys successfully kept away from your camp. You were able to traverse pretty far, but were unsuccessful in getting the heart of the jungle. One of the other parties, if you guys look under Proving Grounds in your journal, the Jagtars. The South Party from the first group were the successful contestants. They had a huge party at the House of the Voice, celebrating their victory. And for the last week, you guys have had to suffer, basically, at their bragging and walking around boastfully. The housing area that you guys have been put into is there are 4 houses. Each Jagtar group is placed into one of the houses. Each house has its own little training yard. Each one of you have your own individual rooms. For the last week, you all have been working on your skills, trying to prepare yourself for the next test, which is the test where you are going to basically hunt down and kill all the other Jagtars. And the last group surviving wins. And over this past week, several of you were visited by either family members or leaders of your group. Skinkfark, you and Bolg were not visited by anybody during the day. After everybody else had been after everybody else had gone to bed, your sponsor would come during the night and train you and teach you. At the end of the week, the large Luxodon that is the head of the voice assembles all 3 Jagtars that weren't the winners and says, "It is time to do a test of skill to decide who will choose first the second starting area." And if you guys will look at test of skills, show that to you. It says there are 5 challenges. 1 hunter from each Jagtar will participate in each challenge. If you have lost a member of your Jagtar, you will gain an automatic loss for the trial.
There's 5 tests and we only. Well, actually, no. We technically do have 5 people.
Yeah, so one person, all 5 of you will do one thing on this list. So the 5 of you will need to talk to each other, essentially, and decide who's going to do what for this. And then, so he motions to you guys to begin the conversation with each other. As attendants start coming out, putting up all these challenges. The ropes course the obstacle course has been there the entire time, but they're starting to set up the archery targets. They're pulling out the weights for the strength test. They're marking the 40-yard dash and preparing the sand pit for the long jump. You see several what look like judges coming out wearing ornate clothing. Most of the races are represented in these judges as they are coming out, going off to the individual trials and tests that they will be overseeing. The 5 of you are standing together. Now you can talk to each other and see what you want to do. Great.
Does anyone here know use bow and arrow?
I have before, yes.
Why does Skinkfart's sheet look weird?
Sorry,
Does it?
guys. Had to get my pizza.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
Kevin,
Oh.
what's your class again?
Is that better?
I'm a
Yes.
ranger.
Hold on one second, Justin. So you'll see right underneath where all your attacks and spellcasting is, you'll see this checkbox above global AC modifier. So
Blade song?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you perform that, check mark it, it'll automatically add it to your armor. The speed you'll just have to do it on your own for the speed and the con save. But I can auto activate your AC, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can keep track there on the right, your total value.
Okay.
So. Okay, sorry. All right. So you were saying, Tick, you're a ranger.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, now we
Yeah.
can.
Right, mates. Looks like I'm the only one with skills with the bow here, so
I completely
I
forgot
think
he was
I'll be taking
Australian.
on the ranged target.
I'd
Wankers.
argue that I'm probably the fastest among us.
I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but that plow is pretty heavy.
But, I could move it pretty fast.
Do it to it, you wankers.
So we have one for the archery challenge. I'll edit this page. So Tick is going to do the archery challenge. That's what I'm guessing, right? Or Draxus, do you want to argue with him and take it yourself?
No.
Okay.
That's right.
Skink Fart, you're saying you want to do the speed test?
Well, no, actually. I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna do the long jump.
Okay.
Never mind, I think that nobody signed up for the jump. I bet we've got somebody fast enough.
Okay. Speed
This fucker
doing-
here has got 4 legs. I think he could probably handle it.
Who's doing the obstacle?
I ain't the most nimble of folks.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was an obstacle course. Actually, yeah, that sounds the best.
for you.
You guys just aren't fast, are you? Yeah, I've got a pretty high acrobatics.
Alrighty. So we got long jump, speed test, and strength test.
I can do that strength test.
Alright, then I'll move really fast.
Bold. Did I say it right? Freaked. I think
I have no idea.
I think I said it right. I think I
I
said it.
completely forgot how it's pronounced.
I think I said it right. I've been working on it. So Bolg,
Mead,
Bolg and Draxus, speed test or long jump?
Bolg is gonna do the speed test.
Well, Draxus, you
Long
weren't,
jump it is.
you weren't very vocal, so you are getting the long jump. Okay, so there it is, updated.
can you go supersonic racing?
All you have to do is put your arms behind your back.
Naruto.
The update app.
Does my AC increase by 5 if I run with my arms behind my back?
So do you see on the test of skills to put your name in parentheses by what test you're doing? So
Oh yeah, I see it now.
So this is how we're going to do this. So if you're proficient in a bow, you'll just basically do an attack roll. Tick. For the obstacle course, the rope wall is an acrobatics. The rope swing is acrobatics. The jump to the hanging log and then crawling across it is an acrobatics test. So you'll roll 3 times, and then the strength test. It's either a strength check or an athletics check.
Alright, can I do athletics?
Yeah, you can choose on that one.
Also, can I rage during it?
Sure. I don't see why not. But if you rage, that means the other contestants get to rage. The other barbarian
Yeah.
contestants. So if
I
that
don't know how you'd stop someone from raging.
right. So I'm totally fine with that as long as you're not using magic to assist yourself. They're
we
not
would,
going.
We would never use magic to assist anyone.
So the speed test, what we're going to do is you're going to have your base speed. You're going to roll a d20 3 times and give me for an acrobatics check. And that's going to be your speed test. And then for the long jump, you can either use athletics, the strength of your legs, or acrobatics. your nimbleness to see how far you jump. So, so you guys have decided. You start staring at the other Jagtars. You notice that 2 of the teams are automatically going to start with 1 loss. The large Luxodon sees that everybody seems to be ready, and he says, "Contestants, head to your testing areas, and we will begin our challenge." So as you start heading towards your areas, you see Skinkfart as Rockshaft is heading towards the same thing you are. And
so funny.
the other 2 Jagtars, they start splitting up as well. But the champion group is not even present for this event. They are doing something completely different. So
Fucking Dirk.
the people. Let me. Shit. So as you head to your trial, you see as the elf, or sorry, not the elf, as the Luxodon is walking towards you, Reent, to do the skills test. And one of the Yuan-Ti, the Slong folk, is heading towards you. Tick, you see a lizard folk head towards you, one from the North Party, and the Dragonborn. You guys probably should take notes about this because this may symbolize what classes these people are.
I'm assuming anyone heading towards the strength test to be either a barbarian or fighter.
For your test, Skinkfart, obviously, Rockshaft. And there's not another one that follows you, Skinkfart.
So
Bolg,
Rockshaft followed me, and that's it.
that's it. Bolg is going to be with the last Slong.
Slong.
That's it.
Who are the Slong again?
They're the Yuan-Ti, the snake people.
Snake people.
Yep. And then
people.
the orc follows you, Draxus. So as you guys make your way to these contestant areas, the Orlong Zonzak, as he gets closer to you, Draxus, he spits on the ground. Fucking half-breed.
Green skin scum.
They're not green.
What color are they?
They're like browns.
Ew, even worse. Brown skin scum?
You'll be eating my sand today, boy.
Oh god.
Shut up, doo-doo breath.
Boy!
You'll be having the doo-doo breath after I put your face in my ass.
I thought something smelled weird.
Hope you like fangs in your asshole.
Feel good. His rock shaft nears you, Kinkfart. He kind of looks at you with this nasty scowl. He says, "I can't believe you're still alive, Runt."
I bet you can't, Anakin.
How does the slave business?
You'll find out soon enough.
Tomorrow, when we begin the trial, we'll soon have my blade through your rib cage.
I can't wait to give you a big hug, big brother. I missed you so much.
Keep your filthy paws off me. And
You want me to give him a squeeze, Kingfall?
He looks at Bolg. As Bolg starts heading, Bolg is actually walking away from you as he says that, because the test isn't near each other. But Skinkfart kind of scowls and then hurries faster to the course. Place a dick. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing our tests as you line up. The judges look at you with boards and quills, and they look at you first. Tick. We're just gonna go in order. You have the the Akedis and the Drak.
Blurb, blurb, blurb.
Okay. All right. So give me your first shot for 25 feet.
25 feet.
And that arrow, as you let loose, you kind of just feel your body connect, and that arrow, bing, right through the center of that target.
You look over to that dragon, the Dracus, be like, let's see if your shaft can hit that hole, mate.
I'll do better. And he takes a shot.
Let's shake him that 20.
And and it hits the dirt 3 feet in front of the target. And the lizard.
I hope you're better with the other shaft than you are with that one. But your wife don't.
Go cry to your mother, dragon.
Your mother was a hamster.
and the lizard, the Akedis, he as he's laughing, pulls his bow. I'll show you how to shoot the bow, and poof, and launches an arrow. Not even, he just one motion pulls back loose, and that arrow splits your arrow right through the middle. Nat 20. And
It wasn't a nat 20.
oh, you can see my stuff? Or 21?
Try to lie to me, Jacob?
Of course.
Did that catch you in a lie?
Someone
But
will
he
do
did
that.
1 point higher than you.
Just giving you shit.
Just break his arms after the competition.
Well, the 21 puts the arrow right in between yours. And he looks over at you and says, "Take that, wolf boy."
Still got 2 shots left, mate.
Then fucking draw. And the judges move the 25-footer out and put the 50-footer out there. They look at you.
I'm gonna just stare back at him while I'm drawing my longbow.
Ow!
Draw the shit out.
Yep. right in the middle of that target, and you kind of see the lizard folk's eyes kind of brighten up. Oh shit.
Fucking cool.
the Dragonborn shoots and hits the target, but he's kind of off into the far right section of the target. And then the lizard
Better there, mate, but still missed the hole.
shut it. And the lizard's like, you suck at shooting a bow.
You suck.
And he looses an arrow and hits further out from the target than the Dragonborn did. And the sun was in my eyes.
Right.
The judges bring out the 75-foot target now, and they look towards you.
Okay. Gonna look over at the Dracus. Just gonna be like, "This is for your wife, mate. I'll be talking to her after we're done here."
And poof, you hit in the bottom right-hand corner. You're still on the target, but you're about a foot away from the bullseye. And the Drac looks at you. Good thing I'm not married. She'd be disappointed. And he pulls an arrow, poof, and his lands about 4 inches closer to the bullseye than yours did.
Uh-oh.
And then the Aketis launches, and you see that arrow just hits the wall at the very back of the complex. And, yeah, fuck! And the judges,
Stupid do we sound cackling like we are?
the judges clap near you and come towards you, and they hand you a silvered arrow tick, and they say, "You are the winner today. Congratulations."
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
So, Tick, you won the challenge. Okay.
All right.
So now we are going to go to the obstacle course. So, Skink Fart, you see a 15-foot tall wood wall with ropes hanging down the front of it. You know that it will lead you up to a platform where the rope swings are, and you have to do 5 rope swings to another platform, and then jump onto this log and run across it. And you know the log is suspended by 4 ropes on 2 on each side, and that it's pretty unbalanced. And then it goes to the end of the platform, and that's the end of the test. And Rockshaft looks at you and says, "Show me how it's done, brother." And he bows towards you, kind of dipping his ears to the dirt. Do you want to go first?
Oh, be my guest, but if you insist.
Does he insist?
No, he wants you to go first.
Very good. Am I allowed to use Blade Song?
Yes, it's not really a magic. It is a magical ability, but it's kind of like the rage thing. They can't tell you not to sing, or
I can't tell you that.
So, I mean, you're not
Sing it.
you're not verbally casting a spell. You're performing your technique. So,
America. Fuck you.
so, the judge looks at you. Let me get a timer set up. So basically, you're gonna make your 3 rolls. The better you roll, the faster you're going. So
Okay, to start off, I want to start singing.
okay, so you start singing, and the judge raises a hand and thunderclap.
I just want to go fast. Oh!
So give me your first athletics or acrobatics. Perfect. So you scale that wall, jump up on top of the platform, 2 seconds, just up that wall. You're now looking at the rope swings. You boom, 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 all through all 5 of the swings. Just, man, you look like a fucking monkey in the damn trees, just hitting every damn vine. You land on top of the platform, you see the log in front of you. And you just kind of front flip onto the log and like a damn ninja on a wall, just and then do a front flip onto the platform. And
Do I
then
make Yoda look bad?
yes. You look down and you see the judge that's sitting there with the timer go, oh god, I forgot to stop it. And the other judge is just sitting there with his jaw dropped like, I think you just set a record.
Oh, good.
And
Come at me, bro.
Rockchef's
Come at me.
looking around the edge of the wall like, oh shit. So he's gonna go. So he, you more hear than watch a thud, boom, and then what seems like 10 seconds goes by. Then you see the struggling hand of Rockshaft as he goes above the platform, and then he grabs the first swing and and then barely makes it through the rope swings, and then Jesus Christ, you see him jump and then hit the log and his legs split open, boom, right on his nuts, and he slides off and lands in the mud. And the judge
That's a good book for you, brother.
and the judge looks at you, Skink Fart. Well, congratulations. And they hand you a silvered rope, about 2 feet long of silvered rope, and they declared you the winner. And
I'm
you
gonna tie it around my waist.
hear Skink,
Championship belt.
you hear Rockshaft. Oh God, medic!
I'm gonna go spit next to his feet.
Perfect. All right, Brint. It is now your turn. So the Luxodon that you see, he stands about 9 feet tall and just stacked. The Slong, on the other hand, is a little different. You've seen Yuan-Ti before in the city. This one has black scales. The top half of it represents most of the Yuan-Ti. It's a very snake-looking body. It doesn't have the hood, so you know it's not really of a noble birth line. Most of the nobles have a hood. The other slong that you've seen does have a hood. The one that is next to Bolg. And they are stretching, and the Luxodon looks down at you. Human, I bet you don't even weigh as much as the first rock.
I wish I was that small. It'd make getting around a lot easier.
I could carry 4 of these rocks on one arm.
Well, best of luck to you then, friend.
Oh, I don't need luck. I will go first.
All right, be my guest.
And the judge announces ready, and thunderclaps, boom! And he picks up that rock with ease, throws it over his shoulder, and boom, 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 4 steps, hits that 25-foot mark, throws the rock down, and looks back at you. Your turn, human.
Now, here's something I gotta ask though. So, my carrying capacity is 240 pounds.
Yep.
So this first rock is literally nothing.
This first rock is literally nothing. I have a very low DC for it.
Okay.
So.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and arrange.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of sit there for a minute, look like I'm collecting myself, and just start humming, just going, and then I'm gonna go pick up that rock.
Okay. And you easily poof and poof 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 and throw it down almost the exact same time amount of time that it took the Luxodon. And he looks down at you. Impressive, tiny
I'm just gonna
one.
stare. I'm just gonna look at him dead in the eyes, my face just not changing at all, just still humming very loudly.
Hey,
The Yuan Ti, the slong, stops stretching, walks over to his rock, and and it he just this is the wrong trial for me. And he waves at the judge. No, I can't do it. And the Luxodon laughs. Human, it looks like it is now down to the 2 of us.
I'm still just gonna just keep staring at him dead on.
You
Not
are a
moving my face
flint, aren't you? And now it is time for the 200-pound rock. So he goes over, the judge signals to start, and he kind of and he kind of struggles there at the beginning to pick the rock up, but then successfully pulls it up and runs the 25 feet with it. Your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and just walk up to the rock and just yes.
And you easily whoosh, pick it up, and faster than what he did, just make it through that 25-foot carry distance. And you set it down, and he, very good. You may earn my respect yet.
Just gonna keep staring at him, humming.
Very strange.
Just gonna have one of my eyes just twitch very slightly, just
And he next test, and the judge claps, and he and moves it 3 feet, and no more. Roten cannot move it.
just gonna go ahead and I'll
Your
walk up there
turn.
and pick up my rock.
Oh.
With one arm.
Only because he nat 20s.
The DC was 22 on this. It's a
Can I
good
just
thing.
kind of pick it up with one hand and just gently, slowly just walk it over there?
Well, it's a 300-pound rock, so it will take all your strength. You'll have to wrap it up, but you're kind of like the dude, those big guys with the big rocks. You're just looking back at him while you're humming.
Strongman contest.
Yeah, and just drop it at the 25-foot mark, and the judge. Ooh, that was good.
I'm just gonna kind of look around for a minute and just see everyone else is clapping and start clapping and be like, "Oh, good, what happened?"
Very good, very good. And she walks over to you with a silver ball and about half the size of your palm, and hands it to you. You have won this competition.
I'll look at the ball and be like, "Well, thank you, man, but I'm not sure what for."
Oh, very, very strange you are, huh? And then,
I'm sorry, man.
Bolg. It is your turn. So the judge says the fastest time after 3 tries will be declared the winner. Ready, set, go! And Bolg and the Slong take off running. And that Slong just dashes all the way across that line. Very good, very good. Second test. Ready, set, begin! This time, though, the song slips right off the start, and Bolg finishes first. Ooh, very good, very good. Final test. Ready, set, begin! This time, Bolg, the superior battle cow, takes off speed of light. The Slug choking on the dust. And she goes, "Ooh, that was very fast." And she walks over with a feather, a silvered feather to Bolg. You have won this competition. Very good.
Looks King Ford. Oh, good medal.
Alright, Draxus and the Oolong Zongzak. It is now y'all's turn. The orc looks at you and spits on the ground again. I will go first, filth.
Sure, you'll take your time.
And the judge thunderclaps as he takes off running, leaps, and poof, lands about 8 feet from the starting line. And he try better, half filth. And the judge motions, and you take off 4 feet. Zongzak knew you were pathetic. It must be your half blood holding you down.
Luckily for you, I didn't limber up before I jumped.
And he begins and
It's on you.
he spit in your general direction. And He lands almost exactly in the same spot he did the first time. And flexes. Yes, Zonzak is the best jumper. Your turn.
Oh,
Oh, you run. Poof! Right into the rocks. Right. Face first. You hear the orc judge that's over at the archery range go.
Oh, I had too much to drink last night.
Oh, Zodzak will easily wipe you. And he poof, and then boom, lands 10 feet now.
oh shit.
Alright. Time to get serious.
Oh!
It's time to get serious.
You poo 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 poo, kind of running in air, and then boom,
Naruto run.
land 15 feet,
Ooh.
almost the entire length of the sand pit, and the judge. Oh, that was a good show. And you, with the longest jump, win. And Zonzak, that is filth. He didn't even make the second jump. It does not matter. It's the longest jump out of the 3. And she hands you a silvered sandal.
Ooh.
And then you hear a loud gong at the center of the this training facility, this contest area, and the large Luxodon. Very good. You all have done extremely well today. Some of you better than others. And he kind of looked at Rockshaft as he said that. And congratulations are in order for the West Party. You will choose second on what side you will begin for the next challenge. Get your rest tonight, and in the morning we will begin the second challenge of Ubtawa. And the judges start clearing all the obstacles and everything else that was brought in. And the other Jagtars start moving off to their houses. You guys now stand in this field, just the 5 of you, each with your token of or winning. I can't believe all 5 of you won.
I got a little worried for a second. I was like, man, it would be me that fails.
Dramatic finish.
It's okay, I believed in you.
And so it is a little after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. You have only the next 12 hours, or not 12 hours, 15 hours before you will be woken up to begin the second challenge. You are allowed to leave the area if you wish, but they don't recommend it because people rooting for other teams may attack you on site and try to give their team an advantage. But you are allowed to traverse into the city if you wish.
I'm going to go find a winch which the sandal fits.
Trying to find Centaur Cinderella, eh? She might be hanging out over in Jungle Fever.
She doesn't have to get on her knees.
Ho ho ho! Like your style.
Wait. Are you a centaur?
No.
I thought he was. You're not a centaur?
No.
What race are you?
Half orc.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Half Urk, half elf.
I mean, Urike? I think I'm gonna turn in for the night.
It's winch time.
Yeah, it's lunchtime, dude.
Say it's lunchtime?
Winch time.
Okay. I thought, no, I was asking Kevin.
Oh, no, it's lunchtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find me a centaur to fuck.
Okay. Skink fart.
Maybe
You
even
and
a
Bold.
snake lady.
Do they have like headquarters set up for us to sleep in?
Yeah, that house that you have been staying in all week. You have your own house that's separated from the other Jagtars, and there's a training courtyard in the middle. You feel pretty tired yourself, Skinkfart, because you've been training in the middle of the night into early morning with your sponsor, and so you've been awake all night long, and now having to do this skill test. You're pretty exhausted. And he told you that he will not be coming back again tonight, so you can get a full night's rest to be prepared for tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so you're gonna go rest. Bolg's obviously following you. Frink is going to go rest. So Draxus and Tick, are y'all both gonna try to head into town?
Yeah, sure. What is the Temple of Stars?
So the Temple of Stars is basically just an observation temple. They worship Pellar there, and Uptoa. And Uptoa is a jungle god. They believe that is the creator of the Ashmite, one of Pellar's celestials, I guess is the best way to say it. So kind of a breakdown for the city. That's what the Temple of the Stars is. The House of the Voices, obviously that's where the centralized government is going to be stationed. The Shrine of Uptau, that is just a place where they have a image of the deity for you to put up prayers and stuff like that. The Temple of Nindawan, I can't even speak. Nindawin, is another jungle goddess that a lot of the lizard folk and Slong worship. She is a snake goddess. Different than Uptau, who is more human-like. And then you have the dock districts, the market, and I will. So this is what the market hall kind of looks like. Here are the docks. And this is the end of the jungle. This is where the bedding happens. And then the Catal Shop of Wonders. That's the magic shop.
Ooh, who's that?
That is the owner of the shop.
The goddamn water. I don't associate with no water people.
Cascade.
You don't like
Them
them Zora?
gosh darned water people.
I'm about to find out how wet she is.
Well, she is literally made of water.
It's a joke, Tristan.
I know, but it doesn't work because she's literally made of water.
don't have a
So-
picture of the whorehouse, which is the Jungle Fever.
Yeah, but
Oh, where's that at?
do we get some jungle fever pics?
No, there's no pics for the Jungle Fever. So basically, these are the 4, besides obviously the Jungle Fever, but it's going to be the same situation. We're not going to go into detail. You just lose a lot of your money. And
We don't
then,
have
well, you do have a silver piece now, so
Oh, so I gotta pay for whores?
yeah, you're nothing right now. You didn't even win the
What
first
kind of
challenge.
rip-off is this?
If you had won the first challenge, you probably could have gotten a free lay. One with the midget.
One.
Not even a centaur? I couldn't even get a snake, people?
That's so funny.
But this is
This is rigged!
rigged, bloody fucking rigged. So this is kind of the breakdown. I like these pictures with the dinosaurs and stuff. So the 2 of you guys can enter. The guards at the gate tell you be back by 5, or they will lock the gate, and you will not be allowed to enter. So, you have until 5, which is 4 hours. It takes about maybe an hour, 2 hours to be able to walk all the way across to call.
Ooh. Now I'm not so sure I want to go out and party.
All of you will have these 4 things in your journal under to call. If you wish to
Tickle.
those again. So the 2 of you, what do you all want to do since the others are heading off to rest?
I don't
What-
even know.
Yeah, there's so many choices. I think I'm gonna go check out that water gypsy.
So here. It takes about an hour to walk there. You will have to
it's
go
not
through
as far.
You'll have to go through the busy market district. That's what takes up a lot of the place.
I will. I'm gonna cloak myself.
Okay. So you probably have a traveling cloak in your possessions in your room, so you go grab that, cover yourself up. Tick, are you following him to the shop?
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over to the inn.
To the inn? Okay. And that will take a little less than an hour, about 40 minutes to be able to walk there. So
See if she can grant me some wishes.
the 2 of you, are you going as you are dressed, Tick, or are you gonna try to cover up?
I mean, I guess I'm already wearing a cloak, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll just go as I'm dressed.
Okay. So the 2 of you will just say leave together, make your way past the shrine, the Temple of Stars. You see that there's a crowd there, even at this hour during the day. Several what look like monks wearing these bright orange togas, completely shaved. You do see a tabaxi monk that is shaved on the top of its head. Just its hair everywhere except for this bald spot that's been shaved.
At the top of his head.
And they are walking around communing with what look like villagers and townsfolk, saying prayers and things like that. You sidestep all that business and make your way through the housing areas into the market district. And this place is a buzz. There are vendors all over the place. There are people buying, trading, yelling, screaming, kids running around in dirty, ragged clothes, trying to hustle and move items from their shop vendors. And this place is just a thriving business. You split off in the market, and Tick, since you are closer, your thing's closer, we're going to do yours. Then we'll do Draxus. So you make your way to the inn of the jungle. Entering in, you see the Yuan Ti or the Slong, Yexa, standing behind the bar, yelling at the other bartenders. There's two other human ones with her behind the bar. They're filling up drinks. This place is packed. You see a large chalkboard at the very back, and you see the names of all the contestants, and you see the time. There's across the top of it a bunch of time, like a clock type thing. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock written down. And you see a whole bunch of red X's and green check marks and writings. And you see off to the side the betting scale. And you and your party that you notice when you walk in are at the very bottom of this success scale. And the party that won are at the very top. They are predicted to be the winners of this entire challenge, and you and your party are predicted to be the losers, the first losers. And a couple of the people, when you walk in, are kind of looking at you. Are you going to try to cover your face, or are you going to let them see who you are?
Fuck you, Wank is looking at.
Oh. And one of them goes back to their drink. Sorry, sir. And the other one, though, looks at you. Give me an intimidation roll. And looks and goes, "Hey, fellas! Looks like we got one of the hunters here." And the crowd kind of stops and everybody looks at you. "Oh, come out into the wilds, have ya?"
That's right.
And the Slong that's behind the bar, you see as she comes closer, you see that she is a female with this long green and brown and yellow neck to a very large snakehead, and
I went to the wrong place.
she looks at everybody. "Back to your drinks. You don't need to bother him. Come, dear. Come to the bar, and I shall serve you."
Yeah, that's more like it.
And
You assholes could take a fucking lesson from this girl.
and the crowd kind of parts, and they mumble to each other. She goes back around the bar. "Well, what do you want, Hunter?"
Does that count?
Mm-hmm.
So, I see you guys like to have a little fun here.
Yes. Are you interested in betting upon yourself? Quite common in these events.
That seems very enticing, but don't quite have much coin on me. How about some information?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Ass cut, fuck, wank it.
My.
Sorry about that. About how long does well, let me start here. How many years you been running this inn here?
Oof. Oh, I think it's about 10, 12 years now?
So you've seen quite a bit of these proving ground things, eh?
Oh, dearie. How old are you?
14.
14. You are young. And she kind of smiles, and you see rows of teeth. And she says, "Well, child, I am 30 years older than you, and this has been going on since way before I was born. I've seen it every year."
And every year, a lot of people die here, don't they?
At least 15 others do. But the
About how
winners...
long? About how long does it take for this second round to finish up?
The shortest time has been 4 days. The longest has been 4 months.
4 months.
Yes, you
Look
are
at me.
stuck in a jungle hunting down prey. Sometime your prey is just as smart as you are. And don't forget, you are being hunted as yourself.
Oh, I live for the hunt, baby. That's how I was raised.
I'm sure you do.
He's about to get followed by a snake, people.
And she...
Just ask him. You ever laid with a snake lady?
No. She says, though, but you do realize that the winners go on to serve the collective in high esteem as part of their special force.
I do realize that.
Good. But, and she looks towards the board at the 36-1 odds for your success, and she says, "It doesn't seem as if the other bettors believe it."
How about this? My Jagtar wins. I get free drinks here for a year. And you gotta lick me bumhole. If I lose, I'm dead anyway. And I'll let you have the silver arrow.
Oh.
And I'll let you have a silver arrow.
How about...
What a bargain!
You don't even need to roll a persuasion check, Kevin. It was so enticing. She says, "How about we forget the butthole licking, but I take the arrow, put it on you for betting, and if you win, I keep the winnings, and you can have your free drinks for not just 1 year, but for life.
Got yourself a deal there.
But only you, not the other Jagtars."
Yeah, screw those guys. I barely know them.
Very well. And she puts out a scaly hand and shakes your hand. And she takes the silver arrow and she looks at the better. "Mark! Put me down for the Western Jagtars to win." And the crowd goes, "Ooh, bad bet, bad bet, bad bet." And she looks around. "Who fucking said that?" And she gives you an ale on the house and says, "That one's the only one that's free for you today. Good luck." And if there's nothing else, we'll say that you drink your drink and then head back to the proving ground.
Yeah, since I don't have any money to play dice, I guess I gotta go back.
Yep. Okay. Right, so Draxus, So you make your way through the busy market, and you come upon this beautiful shop. This is probably one of the nicest looking buildings, still made out of the jungle style wooden building structures. And you see the sign at the top, the Shop of Wonders, or the Catal Shop of Wonders. And you enter and you hear a bell, though you don't see a bell ring, ding 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 ding, and you hear a woman's voice. I'll be with you in a moment. Sorry, I've been working on that one.
Perfect.
Cracks me up. And you see a very, very beautiful water genasi. This isn't the first one you've seen living here in Tikal. They come in often through port. You know that they live on in a underwater cavern system that's about 3 days south of Tikal. And they come here to trade and to sell the pearls and other things that they harvest there in the ocean. And she looks at you and kind of squints, trying to look under the hood. If you're trying to hide yourself, you can roll sleight of hand
No, I'll go ahead and
or
pull
stealth.
my hood off.
Okay, and she, oh, one of the young hunters. And
Heard this was
how may I be of service?
Heard this was a place of wonders. Just thought I'd come and check it out myself.
Yeah, so you don't see much in this room. It's actually pretty barren. There's not a lot around. You see 2 tables with these black cloths on them, felt cloth, and there's nothing on the 2 tables. And along the walls, you see rows of books, though, just along the edges of the walls. And she says, well, what kind of wonder are you looking for?
One to help me win this competition, perhaps.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, mother. Sorry. Character sheet.
Oh,
And she, well, I've seen you before, son of the voice. But I will not assist you in cheating.
Who says it's necessarily cheating?
The rules do. There will be no outside influence or assist you in trial. Now, if you win, I could assist you in creating. And she puts her hands out, and you see suddenly appearing above the 2 felt tables these solid silver platinum swords, much like the one that you have, appear around above the tables, and they're kind of floating in midair, and you instantly, with your magical presence, feel emanating from these swords great magical power. And there's 3 above each table, each one styled differently. The blades are all pristine and perfect. The handles and the hilts Obviously are great swords, but they are each wrapped in different kinds of leathers with different gems inlaid in there. And you see runes and magical words light up along the blade as the light in the room glint off of it. And then she closes her hands and the blades disappear. And she says, "Come back after you win, youngling, and maybe you could have one of these."
Maybe. This is supposed to be a place of wonders, but the only wonder I see is you.
Oh. How flattering. But I
did.
am way older than you.
Age is just a number. I did win this silver slipper today.
Oh.
How about I see if it fits you?
Oh. And she kind of picks up her skirt, but her feet don't really exist. They're like webbed. And she says, I can't wear slippers.
I'm sure we can make it work.
I'll make it work. Give me that
This is Cinderella all over again. They start cutting off toes and heels.
And she says, "Don't you need to be running off?"
Yeah, I should probably get going.
Perfect. And she snaps her fingers. Boom. And you suddenly appear before the front of the gate of the proving ground.
Ooh, I don't even have to walk back. Uber service is real.
So you enter the two guards that are standing there. Oh! Where'd you come from?
No, it's been one hell of a night. It's kind of hard to explain.
Apologize, Sir Hunter Draxus. You may enter. And they open the gate for you. And Tick, you make your way back successfully. Nothing strange or out of the ordinary seems to have happened to the two of you. You make your way to the house, rest your heads until morning. And we are going to take a 5-minute break, or 10-minute break. And then we will begin the next chapter.
Cool.
Nice.
So if you're going to bounce off, put yourself on mute, and then unmute yourself when you get back. We'll start.
I need a break. I've been playing for so long.
What the fuck?
The fuck
is
are you
that?
doing?
It sounded...
A little late for that rage, wasn't it?
You like kept getting further and further away from the mic. Like he's running.
Like falling out of an airplane or some shit.
Yeah, I know.
Justin,
That was fucking perfect.
What's up?
dude.
you missed a fun work week.
Hi.
You missed all kinds of fun, Justin.
Don't believe you.
It was so fun. No, actually, it wasn't that bad at all. No, it's all right.
I was trying to fuck me a
Oh.
water chick. but it was
That
starting to
reminds
get a
me,
little weird.
of that monitor thing for what's her name, Alondra.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody had no idea what was going on with that, so that was fun. Other than that, that was about it.
I
That was the only
put
thing
all
that
the
happened.
notes in the ticket.
Yeah, but nobody knew about it. So all of a sudden, we just what was it? God, what was it? Somebody came by and they're like, "Hey, they just delivered a monitor." I'm like, "For what?" That and it didn't help that also Westgate had called around the same time and missed. They were trying to call you for whatever reason, even though I'm the one that placed the order for another one of the Lenovo PCs. You know. And they were trying to call us to let us know there's an intel shortage. So that was interesting.
There's always a
Sounds
shortage on the intel.
Which is from now on, we're only fielding multi clusters of Raspberry Pi computers. So how was your vacation, Justin?
Long enough.
Nice.
I'm sad
What
it's
all you
nearly
do?
over. Just went to
What
the
all-
lake, man.
How long were you at the lake?
Half of the week.
Nice. Did you get tan?
I got burned.
Why did you put on more sunscreen?
Because sunscreen is for wusses.
Sunscreen is for people that don't want to die from skin cancer
Skin cancer.
or scancer, as they call it.
Scancer. I ain't scared of no scancer.
I wasn't scared of no leprosy until I saw someone start to fall apart. You know what's interesting though? Did you know leprosy actually doesn't cause their body parts to fall off? What causes that is the fact that it kills their pain nerves, so they slowly damage their body more and more until parts of them just start falling off and they don't even feel it.
Mhm. Could
Interesting.
you imagine losing your
That-
wiener
Oh,
mid
that
coitus?
that they don't heal properly again because the bacteria is eating them, you know? So if they get a cut, it's going to stay there till they die. That's why we have leper colonies, so we can get them all in one place. How's your job going, Jeremy?
Let's go.
Having tons of fun out in the sun.
Yeah, I fucked myself up on a jet ski yesterday.
You're on a jet ski?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's on a boat, motherfucker. On a boat.
I
I
lost
don't know,
my
what's your wife been doing all this time since you've just been down there?
hanging with Sancho.
Nice.
He's making sure she's all wallered up. Now I lost my iWatch, a pair of sunglasses, and a cooler. The
Oof.
water.
Wait, how'd you lose all of that to the water? What happened?
I'm hauling ass. My inner tube.
Never ever hauled a donkey before. How is that?
One of the guys has a supercharged jet ski. It's 300 horsepower.
We need to prove that. Get 300 horses and have them run across the water.
Stupid.
If it's 300 horsepower, the 300 horses should be able to run across the water.
Dude, it fucking gets it. It's scary fast. I'll never ride that thing again.
So fast enough that it starts hydroplaning.
Yeah, I was going like 60 miles an hour, and the next thing I know, I'm underwater. I'm just like, what the fuck happened?
I'll tell you
Yes,
what
I
happened.
had-
Whiplash.
I hit a wave wrong and fucking got thrown off.
Why'd you hit the wave wrong?
I didn't
Did
see
it
it. I was going. No, the first time it didn't. The first
Yeah,
time I
why
didn't even know I crashed. I was just like, what the fuck?
Why didn't you shove your hands behind your back in order to maintain balance while moving that fast?
Just Naruto run everywhere.
Yeah,
Naruto
when you
ride.
fell off the jet ski, why didn't you just Naruto run across the water?
I didn't think about it. No, but the last time I crashed, I lost my glasses when I crashed on the jet ski,
Oof.
and then I crashed 3 more times on the tube. And the last time I crashed on the tube, I fucking lost my
You missed
Yeah.
it. Guess what the Navy got to brief their soldiers on today?
What?
What a Naruto run is?
Did they really?
Yes.
There he is.
Both the Navy and Air Force had to brief their soldiers on what a Naruto run is.
Every day we stray further from the light of God.
Oh my god. The only reason we know is because one of the people during the briefing took a picture of the screen and it just said Naruto. And there's like a brief description of what it was. No one can find out no one knows if it's a joke or not though. I'm scared either way.
I hope they fucking bum rush Area 51.
Just all Naruto run at it. They can't stop all of us. We're about to see fucking Verdun Part 2.
We must know. I'm trying to see them aliens. I'm trying to titty fuck me some aliens.
Trying to clap some alien ass chicks.
Let's see them aliens.
Okay. Are y'all here?
I mean, I'm not here yet, but
When we get up, I'm gonna go over to Tick and say I should have went to the whorehouse.
Didn't find many wonders there, eh?
No,
But
not
I
many.
could have found a couple right in front of my face.
Some webbed feet.
Well, sorry for your luck, mate.
Oh. All right. Is Justin here? I didn't hear.
It don't sound like it.
Was that fun? That little skill test thing?
whoa, I got to flex on all the haters.
You sure did. That was nice to end it with that.
I got to make myself look like a fool.
Just remember, never flex on the fans. I would never flex on my fans.
So, if you guys remember, each north, south, east, west reflects the territories of Ashmite. And so the South Party, ones down here, started down here. They won the event the first time.
Did they Naruto run towards the goal?
Yeah, they booked it, took short rests instead of long rest, and they booked it towards the middle. And so we'll just wait for Justin to acknowledge that he's back, and then pick it up.
Naruto.
I'm back.
Okay,
Sorry. Courtney called me right before you came back.
that's all good. All right,
She was on
so
her way home.
perfect. So the morning comes. You all are woken by some of the attendants. It's about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning as they wake you up, tell you to gather your armor, equipment, supplies, anything that you need, that you are going to take into the proving ground. They tell you, for Skink Fart, you'll need to prepare your spells. You can prepare your spells even while you're in there after a long rest. They tell you that this event could take several days, or longer while you are in here because you are trying to find the other parties and slay them. And you gather your belongings, you are prepared, and they take you back to the House of the Voice. When the five of you arrive, the other two parties that were there have already made their way, and you don't see the South party, the winners from the first event. They have already been escorted to their starting position. When you guys enter, you see the voices are up on their chairs again, above you, about 10 feet. The large Luxodon looks down. Welcome, Jacktaws. We are now going to begin selection of your starting location. The West Party, and he points towards you guys, won the skills test unanimously. You will have the honor of deciding your side first. The other two parties will then randomly pick from the last two starts, and then we will escort you to your locations. Which among you shall come and choose your side?
Do you remember Legends of the Hidden Temple? You sound like the temple guy.
Do I?
That's awesome.
The silver monkeys.
The only reason I know about that show is because I watched a documentary on it.
I have no
Dude,
idea.
I'm
I
so
don't think I've ever
fucking
seen
sad.
it.
And it's basically like a children's like obstacle / quiz show / like they did a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, I think I remember that. It's been a long, long time.
It had like a whole jungle like Mayan kind of temple thing to it.
Yeah, it used to come on Nickelodeon after school.
You remind me of that fucking temple dude. The talking wall.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted you guys to nostalgia with me. If you heard it.
It's all good. So which among you are going to make the choice? Tick, last time you made the choice. Are you guys okay with him choosing again? Or, I mean, you guys probably need to talk to each other which side you're going to take. So you have the north, south, east, and west. You don't know which side the winner has chosen yet. You aren't able to see from the 3 tablets that are laying there which one they have chosen. But
Do we know what the other hazards are in the north, south, and east?
so the north has a very large mountain in the middle of it. There's not really a hazard per se there, besides the mountain is steep to climb, but it does give the best vantage point to see the rest of the proving ground. To the south, there is the large rock enclosure or rock area.
Quarry.
Yeah, basically a quarry. It's probably one of the better places to set up traps and stuff because there's so many turns and curves and sharp corners. You can get lost in the quarry area, but it also makes a really good setup a trap position. To the east is a very large open area in the middle of the proving ground, this hill area, which would give the best place to set up a defensive stand, because you would be able to see contestants coming towards you. But if you're there, you kind of know that the creatures would know that where you are as well. So whatever animals or predatory life living on that portion of the island or portion of the proving ground would know that you're there too. So those are what the other 3 are offering. Obviously the rivers all run towards the middle. The middle, there's an island where the heart of the jungle was at, And through the years, some of you, probably not you, Skinkfart, have heard that some of the Jagtars have won by making a stand on that island, basically saying, "Hey, you guys come here," you know, and hitting people as they try to cross the lake. There are swamps that surround this large lake in the middle, on all four sides. So that's kind of the rough about your terrain setting. So, just to break down, so Frank, you would be familiar with the north portion and the western portion. Tick, you were familiar with the western portion. Draxus, you would be familiar with the north or south portion. Bolg is somewhat familiar, but not super intelligent about it, but he's familiar with the south. And Skinkfart, you are familiar with the north and west. So
nobody's familiar with the east.
yeah, none of you have grown up in the lands that are on the eastern portion.
Sounds like we need to start ourselves in the west.
So
What's the Loxodon's name?
the Luxodon that
Guy that's been talking to us. It sounds like the Hidden Temple guy.
oh, the high voice.
The high voice.
Yeah, that's his title. Draxus, I don't remember, Jeremy, if you came up with a name on him. Well,
So, Mr. High Voice, sir, I'm not quite sure how to address you. I have a question.
you can call him the high voice. That's his formal title. Yes, contestant.
So, since me and my mates here, we kind of destroyed these other guys in the tests, I feel like we should be able to choose where they start as well.
And you hear as some of the other voices, the leaders of the other races, some of them start bickering about that. Silly child, learn your place. You hear from the goblin, and some of the others, and then you see the Dreer voice kind of look at you with shocked eyes. Tick. That is not how it works. And the Luxodon looks.
Oh, come on. When was the last time that one team beat everybody else in every single test?
4 years ago. And then a year before that. It has happened many times. You basically only get to choose your spot. The other two contestants have to randomly decide from the other two.
Alright. Wanker.
Excuse me. And you
Can't fucking bite your jugular. Sorry.
the Dreer voice. I voice, please. Forgive him. He's got a tick. Very well.
Hey, Tick. Tick.
So who amongst you is going to choose your side? So Freem to say and West, if West is available. Are y'all all good with going west again?
That's fine by me. We're already from.
We know them goddamn volcano.
Okay. So who amongst you is going to make the choice?
Guess I will.
Well, fearless leader.
Gonna go ahead and just walk my way up there and be like, well, I guess we'll take that west.
So when you walk up there, you see that the north has already been taken. And so what was left was the west, the south, and the east.
I'll go ahead and take that west.
And you take the west. And
That's how the west was won.
And the Loxodon.
Just like that.
Very well. The other two will be randomly chosen. And one of the attendants walks up, picks up one of them, and then hands it. Do you know that they were just handed Rockshaft, the Goblin, the two Slongs, and the Aketis were handed the South.
So the shit tier team went south. All right.
And that means that the last team, the East team, is going east again. So the North and the South parties have switched. So I am updating that in here on the Jagtar sheet. That has been changed. Okay. All right. So that is how it looks. The Loxodon. Very well. Contestants, please move to your starting locations, and we will begin at the sound of the gong. And two of the attendants come to you and usher you off to the west. Takes about an hour for you to make it to the starting location, and you set up in the starting area. Is there anything you guys want to converse with each other, strategize with each other? How are y'all going to attack this situation?
Sometimes the best offense is a fire-breathing mountain.
I'm inclined to agree there.
Not a bad idea.
But now, how are we going to stop that mountain from attacking us?
Light on your toes.
Perplexing idea.
I just don't think we can depend on them balls of fire to go where we want them to. Seems pretty random to me. I think we have a better chance if we set up an ambush.
I ain't the stealthiest of lads, I'm afraid to say.
Good. We'll use you as bait.
What do you want me to say? Hello to them as they come by and be like, "Would you like some tea?"
I mean, if that's what you want to do, all you got to do is get their attention. I'll leave that up to you.
It is a cunning plan. And I suppose that I can cast a couple of orbs their way.
Right, you can cast spells, little green fella? Like one of them wizards?
Indeed. As a matter of fact, I could even hold them down. Pray that the, fire gods bless us with a nice fireball.
I believe with my skills being out in the forest, I can probably construct some kind of trap.
Well, let me know if you need help.
I have 4 skills to start with, or 4 spells.
4 level 1s, yes. You'll have them all on the Roll20. You need to personally keep track of which ones
I
you
can
have.
select which ones I have picked out.
Yeah, you can
The
take.
red.
Yeah, you can take them with the red. Yep.
Got it. Good. I got them picked.
Okay.
Ready for fight.
Okay. So the attendant says, "Now you will wait 1 hour, and then the gong will begin, as the other party that won shall begin their first run."
Oh, but I want to move faster.
Oh, you will, big guy.
Oh, my God.
So if there's nothing else, we'll just say that you guys are planning this over the next hour. Y'all need to also decide if you're gonna head north or south, or which direction you're looking to go for.
You saying that
So-
I'm the one who should know that there is the middle, since I'm, I guess, the oldest?
Do what? What'd you say?
Would I know that we're supposed to head towards the middle? Who knows that?
Well, over the years, I mean, Tick is probably the youngest out of all of you guys. You are the oldest, but during your time, you haven't really been out and about, so you wouldn't know much about the winners or how they won. Maybe occasionally your person would revealed some stuff like that, but Freemt, Draxus, they would know the best that the middle has been used as a defensive position for the other parties, and it makes it easier because they have to cross the water to get to you. So,
I think we should head to the middle. Set a bonfire in the middle of the island. Track them to us.
Osterus, we've only got one ranged person in our party.
Maybe we should stick close to the volcano. You know, keep our backs to it so we don't get ambushed from all sides. Be easy to keep a lookout.
Why would we go to the middle?
you hear that, Draxus?
Yeah.
You face Draxus.
So we can draw the enemy to us.
Y'all decided?
Hmm.
I think I kind of like the center of the island planned.
So what? You just want to go sit out there in the middle like a bunch of sitting ducks?
Well, you can set up some traps over there, you know? At least we'll know they're coming.
And
And
be
they'll think-
open from all sides, from all three other groups.
Well, we just gotta funnel them in to the specific spots.
They have to cross water to get to us.
Oh, I don't like this plan. I say we stick close to this volcano and count out one group. Don't want to risk fighting more than we can handle.
What
This
do
time
the
it's-
rest of y'all think?
It's
I'm
not a
with the
race
party.
this time.
There's strength in numbers. There's a reason for us to split up. We can keep our backs to the volcano.
I say we move to the other side, the eastern side of the volcano. We can face toward the middle, set up our ambush, and wait. Maybe we can at least do some tracking and see if we can figure out where they went. If they don't fall for our ambush anyway.
And what kind of trap do you suppose that you're going to set? Ranger?
Well, I've got 20 feet of rope here. I suppose I can set up a spring trap on a tree. Maybe somebody will step in it, take him out of the fight, They'll be hanging upside down,
You
and that'll leave the rest of the group open.
should have 50 feet.
Is it 50? Okay.
50
At least
feet of
that'll take
hanging rope.
one member out of the fight. Make it a little easy for us. Maybe the half-orc here can bash him with a tree trunk. I don't know.
Hmm. I am starting to like this plan more.
Maybe if we get lucky, one of them balls of fire will land pretty close and we can set up a lava trap. Maybe hide it somehow so we can lure them in and they'll fall to a nice fiery burning death.
Is there any active lava flow?
Not. Whenever you guys were first there, you didn't see any active lava flow, but there was black smoke coming from the top of it. I mean, if you got closer to inspecting it, you might see some. You might not. If you remember, it will randomly explode and shoot a ball of fire into the air that will land somewhere in the grounds.
I say we go with the trap plan.
I imagine we can set some traps.
Sounds good.
Perhaps we can dig a pitfall.
Now you're thinking. Sharpen some tree branches. Maybe make a spike pit. That's lovely.
Okay. So, excuse me. You guys feel like you've got a pretty good plan put together. You know that unless you headed straight towards the volcano and went around it, that would probably be your fastest way to get to that point, to set up your ambush trap. Or you can circumvent it like you did the first time. But an hour quickly goes by while you guys are standing there putting your plan together, and you hear the boom go through the entire grounds, and the attendant says good luck, and as she leaves, the gate closes. You're in the challenge 2 of the proving grounds. So we are going to do the same thing as we did last time. So all of you are going to need to contribute something to the success of the party moving forward, finding the right paths to take, certain things like that. Don't forget that there are still predatory animals and other creatures that live in this jungle that could be a hindrance to what y'all are trying to do. So so it begins. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. You stand in that very familiar spot, the open ground surrounded by large trees full of color and life. You can hear all the birds going. You see the black smoke coming up from the top of the trees from the mountain, the volcanic mountain in the middle. And you are going to make your way into the jungle. So who's going to take up guiding the group, trying to find a path? And then what is everybody else going to contribute?
I think I am going to keep the lookout for enemies
Okay.
while I ready my axe.
All right.
I'll take up the rear.
Back. Guard. Okay.
I'll find us the quickest path around to the other side of the volcano.
Right. Guide. Skink Fart and Bold.
We're gonna be looking for stout wood that may or may not be dried out that we can turn into sharpened steak.
Okay. Perfect. Gatherer. How intently are you going to be searching? Because that will slow down the group if you are doing like a high intensity, trying to dig through brush, trying to find branches, or if you're just walking along the path, you see something, you grab it.
I'm riding on top of the cow, so if I see something, I'll just have him pick it up.
Okay. So what I need is perception from Freent and Draxus and Skink Fart, or you can do a nature check, Skink Fart.
Can I use perhaps a survival check?
Sure. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then Tick, you will need to give me a survival check. And I'm guessing you guys are heading this way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Perception is fuck.
Persona.
So, Tick, you head off east into the jungle. You encounter large, thick brush, and it is making it extremely hard to move forward. So finding the right path, you're really being slowed down by just how thick the vegetation is in the direction that you're heading.
Extra thick.
Pretty-
I do have Natural Explorer though,
Oh yeah, you do.
so we don't get slowed down.
Well,
I
then
don't think I will.
don't think I will. 'Cause-
Oh yeah, I'm also moved by that.
Huh?
I'm also slowed by that. Small.
Well, yeah, he's got this ranger ability. Because you rolled a 5, which is a failure. But we'll say that with the other 3 successes, that you'll be able to keep the path. Because I'm just looking for majority success to make a party success. So, Freem, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary as you're kind of keeping an eye around you as you begin into the jungle. Draxus, you don't see anything following you or coming up from behind. And this time your eyes have adjusted a little bit more to the surrounding habitat, and you see a couple shadows, which you figure may be birds or stuff up in the top of the tree line, but you don't see anything large tracking you. Tick, so you do find a thicker pathway, but you're able to traverse it and lead the party through it, heading east. Skinkfart, you find 3 dead logs that are about 3 to 4 inch in diameter, that are about 6 feet long. Dead branches. They seem straight enough that they would make for good steaks. They don't have a lot of knots or curvature to them. You successfully lead the party to the edge of the jungle, Tick, by the end of the first day, as afternoon has come, and you see dusk is going to be coming in about an hour to 2 hours. As you enter the edge, or as you get to the edge of the jungle, you see the volcano in front of you, and it's about 300-400 feet tall. You see the thick black smoke coming from the top of it. You see a couple red veins flowing down at the top of the mountain, but they don't seem to be coming all the way down to the bottom. But the ground around the volcano is black. It seems whenever this volcano erupts, it may kill or send lava around the perimeter of the volcano. But there's about 50 to 60 feet clearing from the jungle to the edge of this volcano that is just lava rock. What do you want to do? Do y'all want to keep pushing through, or do you want to post up and rest?
About what time is it?
It's probably about 6 in the afternoon.
I say we keep moving.
It's fine with me.
Okay. So we'll keep the same rolls since it's still the same day. You start walking around the volcano and make it to the other side. Darkness has come by the time you're about halfway around the volcano. There is a lot of lava rocks. Skinkfart, you really don't see any dead branches or tree limbs in this area, but you do find 5 lava rocks that are about the size of your hand that are pretty strong. They're tough rocks, and they have a sharp, rough surface on them. And do you want to take them with you, or do you want to just leave them where they are?
Well, I can have the cow pick them up. Why not?
Okay.
I only
So
found stakes, so our pit.
Kind of cutting out, Justin.
Yeah, you're starting to cut out real bad.
I said that I'll pick them up. I don't have very many stakes for my pitfall trap, so.
So you pick up these 5 hand-sized lava rocks, and as night settles in, those of you that don't have dark vision need to roll perception with disadvantage for me.
Oh no!
So we all
Anyone
need
else
to
roll regular?
Huh? No, I
Everyone
I just want the people that don't have dark vision. I think
Oh.
Bolg doesn't have dark vision.
Let's say, isn't that just me and the cow?
Basically,
Normies.
this is you guys trying to pick your way in the dark. You're trying to follow Tick and stay with him.
Can I get a normal roll without disadvantage? Because I can steer him with his ears.
Yeah,
Or steer him by his horns.
I was just thinking that you would be able to assist him in that. So yes, he can just roll a straight roll.
I'll roll my perception, and then I will roll his perception.
So Tick, you guide them through this lava rock base around the volcano, and as you guys are closer to the volcano, you can hear this hum coming from inside the volcano, and the earth is shaking a little bit, but you don't see anything coming out from the top of it. And Bolg, you and Vrint are able to stay in line with Tick. You get to the other side of the volcano and you see the line of trees in front of you as midnight passes, and now it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning from your estimation, Tick, based upon where the moon is and stars.
So we traveled all night then?
Well, was that not the plan?
Well, yeah, that's fine. Just asking.
Yeah. That's what I assumed is what you meant. Push through.
Yeah.
So it's 3 or 4 in the morning though. Whenever you do hit the other side of the jungle, where the jungle begins again. Y'all haven't seen any kind of signs of wildlife or anything else in this area around the volcano. You gather that not many of the creatures that live here will come close to this.
Don't they love the volcano?
Are we at the edge of the clearing?
Yeah, you're getting towards the edge of the clearing. What do y'all want to do?
So, should we get some rest for the night and then maybe move on a little bit further before we set up our ambush?
Bolg and I will take first watch. We will start digging the pit.
Sounds good to me.
That works.
Are
I'll
y'all,
take second watch.
are y'all gonna push into the trees?
Yeah, we want to be in the trees a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
I want to put a
Just in the-
pitfall behind our camp towards the jungle, but away from the
Volcano.
volcano.
On the north, south, or east?
Mmm. That's a good question. I'm gonna put it on the south. I guess we're only gonna dig it big enough for one person, maybe two.
That'll take a couple hours to be able to dig. Do y'all have shovels?
No, I'm just gonna have the Minotaur use his horns.
Okay.
I got a strong work ethic.
Okay. So you guys start to set up camp there in the tree line where you still have visualization to the clearing, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you guys gonna light a campfire? Gonna stay in the darkness.
I think we should light a campfire just to lure anyone nearby.
We don't have any traps set up yet, mate.
Oh my
I
god,
say
a
we need to
pitfall?
But you gotta dig it
Not
first.
yet.
We're working on it.
I say we need to keep hidden a little bit longer. Get some sleep and then work on our traps in the morning.
Good point. Good point.
Okay. So, watch. We're gonna have 4 watches of 3 hours. Or not. Four watches of 2 hours. Sorry. And who's gonna go on the first watch? Bolg and Kingfart.
Yeah, we are for sure.
Okay, and you're gonna start digging the pit. So, Skinkfart, since Bolg's gonna be doing the bulk of the digging, you give me a perception check. Who's gonna take the second watch?
I will.
Ah, shit. Oh, never mind.
All right, Tick, and then Freemt, you want to take the third?
Ah, shit.
And then Draxus, you want to take the last?
Yeah, I only have to sleep for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sleep first watch and then I'll stay up the second, third, fourth also.
I rolled Bolg with disadvantage since he'll be busy, and Skinkfart rolled a pretty crappy 5 there.
Well, Bolg won't be relying on his active. He'll be relying on his passive perception, not on his active. Because he's going to be focused on digging, which will take your.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have everybody's passive perceptions posted up in a note for me to watch. So.
That'll work.
All right. So Draxus, you said Last watch and what?
I'm in a third and fourth watch.
Okay.
I'll sleep the first and second.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys find a bit of a clearing in the trees where you think is a good spot to settle down, bunk up for the night, and Bolg, give me a athletics check for Bolg as he
Okay.
starts digging, and you've already rolled your perception.
Sorry, I'm multitasking for Courtney.
You're good. Okay, so Bulk starts going and he starts digging in this pit out. You kind of get distracted because you kind of have to hold his hand while he's digging to make sure that he's hitting the right measurements for what you have in mind. So you really don't see much activity going on around you for the evening, and a couple hours pass and you feel like Bolg's dug a good enough pit to set a trap in. And you wake up Tick and inform him that your portion of the watch is done. So Tick, give me a perception check.
Bogmedo. Did good. You did good, Cal.
Oh, there he goes. So while you're on your watch, Tick, you don't see anything strange or out of the ordinary in the darkness. You hear the hum of the volcano behind you. You don't see or hear anything of threat near the party's camp. You feel like a couple hours have passed and wake Reint and Draxus.
Well, like, while I'm on my watch, can I search around for maybe some brush or some leaves or something that I can start to make the cover for this pit?
Well, then you won't rely on your perception. You'll rely on doing that because you're going to be focused on doing that instead of keeping a lookout.
Well, with my natural explorer, it says that I can remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity.
Right.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. So, if that's how rules is written right there. So, so we'll say your perception check then was you searching for brush to be able to place above on top of the pit, and you do find enough brush to be able to cover. How wide is the pit, Skinkfart?
I'd say it's probably about 4 feet wide, maybe 5 feet long, and about 4 feet deep.
Okay. So
Maybe 5 feet deep. Like only a tall creature would have the ability to reach out of it.
I'm not going to cover it up yet, but I'll just kind of collect it and put it off to the side for later.
And we'll say while you're doing that search, you find a few more sticks, branches that could work as stake branches. So we'll say you find 4 more stake branches. So you guys need to make sure you keep up with your quantities and stuff for what you found so far.
Okay.
So 3 so far from Skink Fart, 4 from Tick, and then the 5 lava rocks. Okay, so Flint, you and Draxus are now awake. Do one of you want to do something while the other one is watching out, or y'all just want to keep a lookout?
I'm just gonna keep a lookout.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep a lookout.
Okay. So
I'll go.
Yep.
I was gonna say I'll go to the opposite side of the camp.
Okay. So the two of you post up on both sides. It is light now, Flint, so you won't have to do it at disadvantage. The sun is starting to come up. Morning is now upon you. 4 hours have passed since you set up camp, about 4 o'clock. So it's now 8 in the morning. You hear... I need Draxus's perception check. There it is. So the two of you hear maybe 100 yards east of you what sounds like a large creature is moving through the trees. And the two of you give me a nature check as you hear a sound come from this area.
I ain't no nature boy.
Oh, God.
Neither is Traxxas.
Neither am I.
So you hear this whoom, and there's 2 more of similar sounds, and you hear the large
It's a dinosaur.
but it's moving north from you. It's on the east, but it's heading north.
It's a dinosaur.
You can't tell what kind of creature it is, but it's not coming towards you, so you don't feel the need to raise the alarm. So your shift's in. Draxus, give me your final perception check, or if there's something else you wish to do during your last section of watch.
Yeah, I want to go check out, see what that was.
Okay, you're gonna try to stealthily get up to it?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Stealthy boy.
So you move through the jungle, and you soon come up to this large path way in the jungle. It looks like a clearing or an animal path, a very large animal path, and you see kind of to the northeast, once you get to the path, a large triceratops, and there are 2 other ones that are walking with it, and they are heading northeast and seem to be turning to the west around a bend. But you take note of this pathway, that it's extremely large. It seems very easy to traverse along if you were trying to find a pathway through this jungle as you make your way back to the party. And that is where we are going to call it a night. So,
Oh man.
sorry, Jeremy said he's tired. So,
Yeah, I'm going on 24 hours.
Make it 48.
Make it 48.
You got work tomorrow, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Just show up to work and tell them that you're just too tired. You're fighting too many demons in the forest.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all good, man.
so
Well, it was fun. Good night.
It was fun.
Is it what?